I was there before your voice ever formed a question, before your hands ever reached out in desperation, before you wept under the weight of what you could not name. I was there, and I waited. I did not rush to interrupt your silence. I did not shatter the stillness with thunder, because I knew that in the quiet, your soul would hear me more clearly than in the chaos you had grown used to. I waited through the silence because I am not a stranger to waiting. I waited as nations rose and fell. I waited as hearts hardened and generations wandered. I waited through every winter your soul endured, through every locked door you built from fear, through every whispered lie you believed more than my truth. You thought I was far, you thought my absence was punishment, but silence has never meant distance, and waiting has never meant indifference. I was nearer than your breath, nearer than the tears you hid from everyone else, nearer than the memories that still haunted the quiet places of your heart. I was watching as you learned how to live with wounds that never closed. I saw you teaching yourself how to smile while your spirit ached. I watched as you buried pieces of your heart to protect what little hope remained. And I waited, not because I couldn't speak, but because I needed you to listen, not just with your ears, but with your soul. You had heard too many voices that deceived you, voices that said I had left, that I was angry, that I had given up on you, but I never left, and I never stopped loving you, even when you stopped praying, even when you stopped believing, even when you closed the door and called it peace. I waited outside, through the silence, because I am not threatened by time, and I am not bound by your timeline of healing. I am the God who created time, yet I choose to wait for your yes as if it were the only one that mattered. You didn't know how to come to me anymore. Your words felt small. Your guilt felt heavy. You were convinced your silence meant separation. But I used it to draw you closer. I was in every moment you sat alone, every breath you struggled to take, every hour that passed without clarity. I was in it, whispering, calling, holding what you could not carry. And still, I did not rush. Because you are not a task to complete. You are a soul I cherish. And I know how to love you in the process, not just at the end. I waited when you questioned everything, when you doubted my goodness, when you blamed me for your pain. I let you speak. I let you cry. I let you walk through the valley without dragging you out. Because I wanted you to see that, even in the lowest place, I was still there. Your silence was never too loud for me. Your despair never pushed me away. I sat in it with you. I stayed in the places others abandoned. I am not the God who runs when it gets dark. I am the light that remains until you can see again. There were nights you thought I had turned my face, but I was closer than your heartbeat. You didn't need to shout to reach me, you only needed to breathe. I waited, through the disappointment, through the anger, through the numbness. I waited because love does not rush the soul into healing. Love holds space for the broken to trust again. You looked for me in signs, in miracles, in voices louder than the storm, but I came like a whisper because I didn't want to overwhelm you. I wanted to be chosen, not forced, received, not demanded. You wanted me to prove I was still good, but I wanted to show you I was still near. You prayed once, not with words, but with your eyes. When the tears came and your body trembled, was a prayer, and I heard it. I answered it by staying, by covering you even when you didn't want to be seen. You thought I was waiting for you to get better, but I was waiting for you to let me in. Even in the silence, I was speaking, not in thunder, but in mercy. You weren't abandoned. You were being drawn. You weren't forgotten. You were being called by name. That there are things I can only teach you in the silence, because when every other voice fades, mine becomes clearer. That it's not absence. It's intimacy. It's not distance. It's refinement. The silence didn't break you. It stripped away the noise. It humbled your strength. It exposed your ache. And in that place, I met you, not to fix you, but to be with you. Because I am not only the God who restores. I am the God who waits. You don't have to earn my presence. You don't have to perform to be heard. You don't have to pretend to be healed before you speak. Just come. I've been waiting, not with judgment, but with longing, because you are mine. Even when you forget, even when you fall, even when you go quiet, you are still mine. And I waited, through the silence, just to say that again. I saw it. That moment when shame wrapped around your heart like a chain, when guilt whispered that you had gone too far this time, too far to be forgiven, too stained to be seen, too lost to be loved. But I didn't turn away. I saw the regret that gripped you in the quiet hours, when no one else could see the heaviness behind your smile. I heard the thoughts you never dared to speak. I ruined it. I disappointed him. I can't go back, but I never asked you to carry this alone. I never needed your perfection. I asked for your heart, even in pieces. I watched you punish yourself with silence, as if the absence of your voice could somehow repay what you thought you had broken. You thought your silence honored me more than your confession. But child, I don't need your silence. I need your surrender. You believed that guilt would keep me from coming closer. But if that were true, I would have never drawn near to the cross. If shame could push me away, I would have left long before you ever learned my name. But I didn't, and I won't. You see, my love doesn't flinch at your failure. It doesn't recoil at your rebellion. It doesn't panic when you fall again. I am not surprised by your humanity. I created you knowing the full weight of your struggle, and I loved you anyway. You wept in secret because you thought I was disappointed. But my love isn't fragile. It doesn't bend with your emotions, or withdraw at your imperfection. I waited through the silence, not because you were guilty, but because you needed to see that even there I remained. Your guilt told you to hide. Your shame told you to stay silent. But I called your name even in the darkness. Not with anger, but with tenderness, because I know what guilt does to the soul. It twists the truth. It poisons identity. It silences prayer. And that is exactly why I came to set you free. I never asked you to carry what I already took upon myself. I bore the weight you thought you needed to earn forgiveness for. I took your shame, your failures, your silence, and I carried them to the grave. So why do you still live as if you're unworthy to be held? You think I don't remember who you were before the fall, but I never stopped seeing you as mine. Even when you felt furthest from me, I saw the child who once trusted. I saw the heart that once sang in freedom, and I never stopped pursuing you. Guilt may have changed how you see me, but it never changed how I see you. You thought you needed to clean yourself up before returning. But child, I meet you in the mud, in the mess, in the aftermath, not to remind you of what you did, but to remind you of who you are. You are not what you regret. You are not what you lost. You are not what they did to you. And you are not what you did to others. That you are mine, still, always. You don't earn your way back into my presence. You return to what was never taken away. Even when your voice fell silent from the weight of your shame, I still waited, not with arms crossed, but with arms open. Because I know guilt isolates, and I came to restore. I know shame hides, and I came to find. You believed your sin changed my mind about you, but my love for you was sealed long before your failure ever took shape. I don't love you less because you failed. I don't hold your mistakes against you. I don't weigh your worth on the scale of your obedience. Yes, I call you to holiness, but I walk with you when you stumble. Yes, I ask for your heart, but I stay when it's breaking. I am not the God who throws stones. I am the one who kneels in the dirt beside you, writing mercy into your story. You looked at yourself with disgust, but I never stopped seeing the image I placed in you. You saw someone who didn't deserve grace, but I saw the one I died to redeem. I don't abandon the broken. I heal them. I don't reject the guilty. I forgive them. You cried alone, because you didn't know how to talk to me anymore. You thought the silence was your punishment, but it was your place of encounter. It was where I waited to show you that I never stopped loving you, you said, but I knew better. I say, I knew you would fall, and I still chose you. You said, I failed again. I say, my grace was never based on your success. You said, I deserve the silence. I say, you deserve my presence, because I paid the price for it. You said, I messed everything up. I say, I make all things new. You see, I didn't wait for you to be guiltless. I waited for you to be willing to believe that my love is bigger than your shame, willing to believe that I still want you, willing to return even when everything in you says you can't. This is not about your performance, it's about my promise. I promised never to leave you, and I haven't, not for 1 second. I don't just want the version of you that prays confidently, that worships boldly, that testifies with victory. I want the version of you who's too ashamed to speak, too heavy to lift your head, too burdened to believe, because that's where love proves itself real. That's where mercy becomes personal. That's where redemption begins. You may feel guilty, but I call you clean. You may feel distant, but I call you near, not because you got everything right, but because I already covered what you got wrong. Let me speak louder than your guilt. Let my love interrupt the silence your shame created. Let my mercy rewrite what the voice of condemnation has told you for years. I waited through the silence, not because you failed, but because you're worth the wait. And I still believe in who I created you to be. Even now, I have waited long to reveal this to you. Your past does not define you. Your mistakes do not imprison you. Your failures do not erase the image I painted within you. You are not the sum of your regrets. You are the masterpiece I am still creating. Restoration is not a distant dream reserved for others. It is a present reality, a promise whispered in the quiet, a breath of new life I breathe into your weary soul. I am the potter, and you are the clay. Sometimes, you feel cracked and broken. Sometimes, you wonder if you can ever be made whole again. But I tell you this truth, I am shaping you with hands of grace, folding every shard into a vessel more beautiful than before. You may have felt discarded, but I have been gathering every piece, every tear, every broken fragment of your heart, and weaving them into a tapestry of hope. You are no longer bound by old chains of guilt and shame. They were broken on the cross, destroyed by the power of my love. When you look in the mirror, see beyond the surface. Look with the eyes of your Creator, see the radiant light of my Spirit living within you. Your identity is no longer defined by who you were, but by who I have made you to be. You are a new creation. The old has passed away, the new has come. Do not fear the scars. They are marks of victory, proof that you survived the fire and did not burn. Asterisk, I did not save you to leave you broken. I saved you to make you whole, to lift you from the ashes and crown you with purpose. Your story is still unfolding. I am the author of redemption, writing chapters filled with grace, mercy, and freedom. Rest in this truth. You are beloved beyond measure, chosen before time began, called by name with an everlasting love. No matter what you have done, no matter what you have done, no matter how far you wandered, you belong to me. I am your refuge. I am your strength. I am the voice that calls you out of the silence, into the light of new beginnings. Come to me with your brokenness. Bring your doubts and your fears. Lay down the burdens that weigh you down. I will lift you up. I will heal your wounds. I will clothe you with righteousness and peace. You do not have to earn this restoration. It is a gift freely given, offered, with open arms and a heart full of grace. I waited through the silence, so you would hear this. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are deeply loved and fully restored. Walk in this new identity. Live in the freedom I have given you. Speak boldly as the child of the Most High. The silence was not the end. It was the beginning of a beautiful restoration. I waited for you, and I will wait for you again whenever you need to come home, because you are mine forever. Now that you have been restored, now that you have been restored, now that you know who you truly are, it is time to rise, to step into the purpose I have woven into your very being. You were not created for silence. You were created for song, for light, for movement. The silence was never meant to be your resting place. It was the space where I prepared you, where I shaped your heart for the journey ahead. Your new identity is a calling. It is not just about who you are now, but what I have called you to do. There is a mission written into your soul, a purpose that cannot be silenced by fear or doubt. You were made to carry my light into the darkest places, to be my hands reaching out to the hurting, my voice speaking truth to the lost. You may feel small, you may think you are unqualified, but hear me. I do not call the equipped, I equip the called. The same love that restored you will empower you to fulfill the purpose I have given you. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Do not delay because of your past. Your past has been redeemed. Your mistakes have been forgiven. Your wounds have been healed. I have called you out of the silence into a life filled with meaning, with action, with faith. You will face opposition. You will encounter doubt. You will battle the voices that try to pull you back into hiding. But I am with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. My Spirit will guide you, strengthen you, and give you courage. You are a light in a world that desperately needs hope. You are a voice for those who have been silenced. You are a witness to my grace and mercy. Walk boldly in your new identity. Let your life be a testimony to the power of restoration. Speak truth in love. Serve with humility. Love without limits. I waited through the silence so that you would be ready for this moment, so that you would know that you are never alone, so that you would understand that your life has eternal value. This is your calling. This is your mission. This is your purpose. Rise up, my child. Step into the destiny I have prepared for you. The world is waiting for your light. I have waited for you, and now I am sending you. Go in peace, go in power, go in love, because you are mine, and I will go before you always. I see you standing at the threshold, not yet sure if you will step forward, not yet certain if the road ahead is safe, but feeling the pull of something greater than fear. You are learning to trust again, to open your heart to possibilities you once thought lost. And I am here, always here, watching your first steps with pride, encouraging your trembling hands, holding your wavering faith like precious treasure. Do not be discouraged by the shadows that linger. They are not signs of defeat, but reminders of the battles you have already won. Each moment of doubt is an invitation to lean harder into me, to remember my promises, to choose hope over despair. Faith is not the absence of struggle. It is the courage to continue despite it. and your courage is becoming a beacon, a testimony to the power of my love to transform. I did not call you to a journey of ease. I called you to a journey of purpose, where your faith is refined, your spirit strengthened, and your hope restored. That remember the times you thought you were alone. I was there, walking beside you. Remember the nights when tears filled your pillow. I held every drop. Remember the silence you feared. I used it to speak to your soul. Now, as you move forward, know this: I am the strength beneath your feet, the fire in your heart, the calm in your storm. When the path seems unclear, when your vision blurs with uncertainty, call on me. I will guide you with a steady hand, leading you through the wilderness to the place I have prepared. You are not defined by yesterday's failures, nor by the doubts that try to cloud your mind. You are defined by my love, by the hope I plant deep within you, by the purpose I am unfolding in your life. Keep your eyes on me. Hold fast to my promises. Let your heart be anchored in the truth that I am faithful, that the silence you once feared is now a place of peace, a sacred space where faith grows strong, where hope rises like the dawn. I have waited through the silence, and I am still waiting to see you rise, waiting to see you embrace the life I have given you. Do not rush the journey. Do not compare your steps to others. Every path is unique, every story precious. I am with you. Every moment, every breath, every heartbeat. That the mission I have called you to will stretch you, but it will also strengthen you. It will challenge your limits, but it will reveal my power. You are becoming the person I created you to be, not by your own strength, but by the grace that sustains you. I am proud of every step you take, even the ones you don't notice, even the ones you wish you could erase. You are more than the silence. You are more than the doubts. You are more than the pain. You are my beloved child, and I am with you always. Faith is more than a feeling. It is not just hope in the unseen. Faith is the unwavering trust that holds your trembling heart when the storms rage louder than your prayers. I see your faith fragile, sometimes faltering, yet alive and burning beneath the ashes of doubt. I am not distant from your weakness. I am drawn to it like a fire to dry wood. Do you remember the story of the mustard seed? Faith as small as that seed can move mountains, but even the smallest seed needs nurturing, watered with my promises, fed with my truth, kept warm by my presence. You are growing faith in the silence. Not the faith of perfection, but the faith that persists, that clings when there is no sign, that hopes when there is no answer. Asterisk, my love is the soil where your faith takes root. It is not earned by your deeds or your prayers. It is given freely, a gift, because I love you beyond your understanding. When guilt whispers that you are unworthy, let my love drown out those lies. When fear threatens to silence your prayers, let my love be your voice. When doubt tries to close your heart, let my love be the key that opens it again. I am the God who loved you first, who saw you before you were born, who chose you before the foundation of the world. There is nothing you can do to make me love you more, and nothing you can do to make me love you less. My love is steadfast. My love is eternal. My love is patient. I waited through your silence because I wanted you to know this love, not as a concept, but as a living reality. I am with you in your darkest hours. I am with you in your quiet prayers. I am with you when you feel most alone. Let your faith be anchored in this love. Let it grow deep, strong, and unshakable, because with faith and love combined, you can face every challenge, overcome every doubt, and walk boldly into the purpose I have prepared for you. I did not wait through the silence just to leave you there. I waited to lead you into my light, to carry you into my peace, to fill you with my hope. Now, take my hand, step out in faith. Trust that I am the God who never fails. Your journey is not about perfection, it is about perseverance. Not about never falling, but about rising every time you do. My love will catch you, my faithfulness will sustain you, and my spirit will guide you. Walk with me, not because the path is easy, but because I am your strength. You are never alone. You are never forgotten. You are forever loved. And I waited through the silence just to tell you this. I know the weight you carry, the heaviness of unanswered prayers, the ache of hopes deferred. You wonder if I see you, if I hear your cries beneath the surface, if my promises are true in the waiting. I assure you, I see, I hear, and my promises stand firm. The silence you endure is not emptiness. It is a sacred space where trust is forged, where patience is made strong, where faith is tested and refined. I am not absent in your waiting. I am present, steadfast and sure, waiting with you, not for you are my beloved, and I delight in every moment you walk with me, even in the quiet. There will be moments when the night feels too long, when shadows loom larger than light, when the heart grows weary and hope flickers. Hold on. Do not surrender your faith to despair. Because I am the God of new beginnings, the God who brings morning after the darkest night. Remember, the seed must fall to the ground and die before it blooms into life. Your waiting is not in vain. Your silence is not the end of the story. I am crafting something beautiful in you, a resilience born from trial, a strength built in stillness, a faith that does not waver with circumstances. You are not alone in your struggle. I walk with you through every doubt, every tear, every silent moment. Lift your eyes to me. Trust in my timing. Rest in my love, for I am working all things together for your good. I am turning your waiting into breakthrough, your silence into song. I waited through the silence so you could learn to trust me fully, to rely not on what you see, but on who I am. And I will wait as long as it takes, because your heart is worth every moment. Keep your faith alive, keep your hope burning, and know that I am always near. The journey is long, but you are never alone. I am with you always. You have walked through shadows and storms. You have faced moments when hope felt like a distant whisper, yet here you stand, still reaching, still yearning, still seeking. Do not grow weary, do not lose heart, for I am near, closer than your next breath. When the night seems endless, when the silence threatens to overwhelm, call upon me. I am the ever-present one. I am the whisper in your stillness, the strength beneath your weakness, the peace amid your chaos. You may not see me with your eyes, but I am always at work, weaving threads of grace into your story, turning trials into triumphs, molding your heart in my hands. Persevere, child. Faith is not about never falling. It is about rising again, every single time. I know the burdens you carry, the weight of regret, the sting of loneliness, the ache of unanswered questions. Bring them to me. Lay them down. I will bear what you cannot. Your endurance is a testament to your strength alone, but to my power within you. Let my love be the fuel that ignites your spirit. Let my promises be the anchor for your soul. The silence you once feared is now the space where my voice grows louder. The darkness you dreaded is now the canvas for my light. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are held in the palm of my hand. Walk forward with confidence. Trust in my timing. Believe in my faithfulness. I waited through the silence so you would learn to depend on me alone, so your faith would grow deep roots, so your hope would never be shaken. Your story is far from over. There is more grace to receive, more love to discover, more purpose to fulfill. I am with you always and forever, in every silence, in every storm, in every step of your journey. Keep going, keep trusting, keep loving, because I have not given up on you, and I never will. Do not let your heart grow weary in the waiting, for I am the God who holds eternity in my hands. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Your journey through silence is but a moment in the vastness of my eternal love. I have watched you struggle. I have seen your tears. I have felt your prayers rise like incense, and I am here waiting with open arms, ready to embrace you fully. My love never fails. It never fades. It never lets go. Even when you doubt, even when you stumble, even when you falter, I am faithful. You are my beloved, my treasured child. Your worth is not measured by your successes, but by the blood I shed to redeem you. There is hope beyond the silence, light beyond the darkness, peace beyond the storm. Hold on to this truth. It will carry you through every trial, sustain you when the night is longest, and guide you into the fullness of life I have prepared. You are not alone. You are never forgotten. You are forever held. I waited through the silence not to abandon you, but to prepare you, to shape you, to teach you, to love you, and I will continue to wait as long as it takes, because you are worth every moment. Rise now, my child. Step forward in faith. Walk boldly into the life I have called you to live. My love surrounds you, my spirit empowers you, my grace sustains you. The silence is ending. A new chapter begins, and I am with you forever. I have waited through the silence, not as a distant observer, but as a loving father with a heart wide open, yearning to restore you fully. Every moment you felt alone, every tear you shed in secret, every doubt that whispered you were forgotten, I carried them all with me. You are more precious than the stars in the sky, more valuable than all creation combined. I knit you together in the depths of my love, and I will never let you go. The silence was a test of faith, a season of growth, a passage through the refining fire. But now, the silence breaks, the dawn rises. My voice calls out clear, tender, unshakable. Come to me, my beloved child. Come with your scars, your questions, your weary heart. I will not turn you away. I will not demand perfection. I only ask for your trust, your willingness to believe that my love is greater than your past, stronger than your fears, and wider than the distances you have traveled. I am the God who redeems, the God who restores, the God who makes all things new. Your story is not finished. It is just beginning. Walk in the fullness of my grace. Live in the freedom of my forgiveness. Shine with the light of my presence. You are called, chosen, and deeply loved, not because of what you have done, but because of who I am. I waited through the silence so that you could know this truth, so that you could stand firm in hope, so that you could embrace the unending love that waits for you always. The silence has passed. The wait is over. Rise now, beloved. Step boldly into the life I have prepared, for you are mine forever, and I am yours always.